All right, guys, welcome back. Once again, new name, well, old name, same person, but a lot of ramifications due to that, so I had to get rid of that name. So back to the OG. All right, so in this video, guys, a lot of you guys are worried, a little bit scared, maybe. I'm here to calm you down, here to reassure you that as long as you have been stacking gold and silver, you're fine. And as long as you don't have over $250,000 in the bank, then you should be fine. Now, if you do have more than $250,000 in the bank, one thing that you can do is you can create a second checking account or savings account, whatever, and then put that extra bit into that other account. That way you have at least two checking accounts that are FDIC insured. So that is the gist of it. So just to be careful. So what has changed? What has happened? So we're getting multiple reports and it's moving so fast that it's hard to keep up. But I just want you guys to be prepared and be ready. And that's one of the things we do here on this channel. We talk about stacking gold. We talk about stacking silver. Sometimes a little platinum, but not so much. So the biggest thing changed about almost 3 years ago, March 15th of 2020. And what took place is they changed they reduced the reserve requirement for banks. So they can pretty much invest or move however they seem fit. They don't have to have a minimum amount of money, right? Your money that you deposit in the bank. And that's essentially what has led to the collapse of SVB. Not to be, and the funny thing about it is a lot of people are saying it's systematic. And to be quite honest with you, we don't know. It's hard to tell who has money, who doesn't have money. It's just extremely hard to tell. The only thing I can tell you is to have multiple accounts. That way you're covered. And that's the safest thing that you can do, right? Another thing you can do is obviously diversify into gold and silver. Obviously, but it's not the only thing that you can do. There's multiple avenues that you could take. You don't have to cash in your 401k. You don't have to do none of that. I know that a lot of that stuff's coming from a lot of people. So just be careful. All right. This is a very delicate time. So you just have to, you got to pay attention. You got to stay up to date. Don't leave the arena, right? Don't just chalk this off as a one-off. It could cascade into multiples of multiple banks. I'm seeing it's multiplying pretty fast. So they're trying to say that this is contained to just one or two banks. I don't know. Pretty much all banks operate in the same way. Now your major banks, they have all been deemed too big to fail. And that is from the great financial crisis of 2007, 2008, 2009, right? We all know that story. We've all been there. We've all done that. And if you haven't, well, that was the sixth largest bank, Lehman Brothers, that collapsed. But before that, it was Bear Stearns, and they got bought out by JP Morgan. So it's a little bit different, but it's a little bit the same. But it is concerning. But let's look at today and what is taking place. So not a whole lot has changed, right? Same thing with that same morning after Lehman collapsed. There's not a lot changed in the markets. I know a lot of your regional banks are going down, but a lot of your major indices are not being too caught up in this, right? You got gold and silver doing extremely well today, which they should. Look for a pullback tomorrow or today, whenever you're watching this. The CPI numbers should be coming out here today, so we'll get that little bit of information. Bitcoin, check it out. One of the major things Bitcoin was created was because of the bank collapse, the bank fears, things like that. So another thing I like to look at is BITI and BITO. Look at that jump for BITO today, man. That's, if you don't know what that is how you short and long Bitcoin. So if you don't want to be in Bitcoin, but you want a little bit of exposure, that's how you do it. You can long it or you can short it. And that's what BITI is and BITO. So everything else, a couple of my little stocks that I like to play with, they're all doing pretty decent today. So I'm not too concerned with the fallout from today, but it is concerning. I don't have more than $250,000 in the bank, so to be quite honest with you, I'm not really too concerned at all. The only thing that I would be concerned about is this bleeding over into the brokerages, and I do have more than $250,000 in there, so that is my main concern right now is the brokerages, and if this is gonna move over into brokerages, and sure, yeah, there's checks and there's balances for that as well, but it is concerning. Once it starts the domino starts going, it's hard to recover. So we just have to keep a mindset. Just remember, if you got gold and silver, you at least have something, right? You have something outside of institutions, and that is the main thing. That's what we like to do here on this channel. I'm just trying to calm you down, trying to say, hey, pump the brakes on the fear. I know there's quite a bit of that happening right now, and I just want to calm the waters, ease it a little bit. And you can always get that from me here on this channel. Do I think it's important that you buy gold and silver? Absolutely. Do I think there's going to be a pullback? If everything goes down, you're damn right there's going to be a pullback. And gold and silver will be no different. It will all go down. So should you empty all your dry powder right now? Nope. I think you should be patient. I think you should be cognizant of all things right now. But main thing is to stay focused, stay calm, and make rational decisions right now. And just remember, guys, as always, keep grinding on your stack.